Momentum? How the fuck did momentum get on there? Using a prod skill and everything. Trinity, and then melee damage with attacks. Alright, so probably Herald of Ice is a good choice for our Herald at this level. Probably Herald of Purity. Does Slayer have access to both of those? Herald of Ice, Herald of Purity. Purity is amazing. What are you talking about? Herald of Purity is the bomb.com. Oh, yeah, the only thing we care about on Herald of Purity is more targets for other shit to attack. Yeah, Herald of Purity is not a big DPS bonus. It just gives more shit that gets in the fight so you get hit less. This is a defensive layer, not an offensive layer. And really only because there's like no better option. Because like next level, you're only using it for Act 2, and then it gets kicked to the curb in Act 3. Like the redheaded stepchild that it is. Speaking of which, on our bleed bow build, we should we are using Herald of Purity. Good. Alright. Act 3, Herald of Purity gets the boot. This gets replaced with the term. Herald of Ice can continue hanging out. Vitality probably gets the boot. I mean, we're still relying on clarity for regen here. What level is our clarity going to be here? Herald Device probably gets the boot here too. Switch over to Determine. There it is, 25 mana per second. We're spending 40. So we're still using a mana potion in Act 3. We could sneak over and get a little bit of mana leech here to forego the mana potion. Means we're going to have to give up something somewhere. You know what? I think this is what we do. I think we drop these two nodes out of every tree, and we go here for the life instead. Ooh, very nice, sir. All right, Duck. Get lots of rest. Oh, my crafted shield selling for 10 div. Oh, is this you, Neo? It's a good shield. Yeah, give me 8 div for it. I'll give you a cut. So the 100 you need for so yeah, Charles. I should have bought every 4 mod shield and crafted all of them. Dude, you know what? You joke. Bub Gun does this every season. Every season he makes a build that hinges around 1 or 2 very specific items that he can farm. At the beginning of the season, he farms all those items and sells all of those items. And then the next day, when he has his headhunter or his mage blood, he posts his farm on how he got his header or his mage blood, and then kills the market on those items. He does it every league. He did it with interrogation this league. He made the yoke interrogation, which is, I mean, it's a good combination. But then he farmed up all of his currency, and then he posted his interrogation farm, and interrogations went from 8 div a piece to 1 div a piece. That's a good shield, by the way, Neo. It's a really good shield. This will just make the Blood Aqueduct farm 64 instead of 62, and that's fine. I don't give a fuck. All right. So we're running Clarity into Term. During Crime Molten Shell, whatever travel skill you're using. I'm going to take Dash out of here because no one should be using Dash. Anyone who travels with Dash needs to rethink their life choices. Yep. The fizz damage on it is super strong. Fizz damage reduction, 7% on shield is crazy good. Alright, so we're still using Sniper's Mark on every version of the build. Sniper's Mark with Spectral Throw is so good. Dude, you should just be able to pause the game. Fucking Torchlight lets you pause the game. And there's no reason you shouldn't just be able to pause the game. It'd make the hardcore players all happier. Or madder, depending on what they consider to be exciting. I mean, you would just exit the character selection. They're doing it already. So they have a macro that they hit that exits the game. That exits the character selection. Is there any jewel to have avoid ailments? No. Are you running no, it's acceptable. Perfectly fine. Are you running the stupid jewel that uses your spell suppression, or are you just trying to cap ailment avoidance without it? Grand Spectrum. I forgot about Grand Spectrum. Grand Spectrum is 12%, but they're probably expensive. Yeah, Ancestral Vision. Oh no, they're cheap. Grand Spectrum's dirt cheap. No one's using these. Just grab a Grand Spectrum for 12% avoid Ellie. Problem solved. I didn't really think about this before. That's actually really good. I like how they have this fucking like they have the equation here for it. Like anyone is gonna do the math. Like this is 1 is 12, 2 is 48, 3 is 108. Like you don't need all this nonsense. I mean, I get that it's an equation, but no one cares about that. All right, so I mean, we're good here. And I mean, we're gonna copy to X4. I mean, I've been playing this game a long time, but I've really only been making my own builds. For like maybe 4 or 5 seasons, maybe the last year or two. I've actually only been making builds for other people this season. Anytime before I made a build, it was just for me. So streaming is new and making builds for general use is new. So I'm still like there's still a lot to learn. What level are we in Act 4? End of Act 4, we're 39. My goal is to be different than those guys. I just want to help people enjoy the game more and have a better experience. So my builds will always have some way that you can improve on them. So like someone commented on one of my YouTube videos, they said, "Oh, well, why don't you take the sword node? It's a better node than the general crit node that's next to it." And my response was, because not everyone is going to have access to a sword. Maybe some people are coming over from Lightning Strike Slayer from Fubgun and they have a really good claw and they don't want to buy a sword. Or maybe they're coming over from a Strength Stacker build and they have a really good mace and they don't want to buy a sword. And so I want all my builds to be flexible and tanky and good and all around builds. And so that's my goal, is just to kind of like have a community of people that want to play the game and have fun and want to have good options on how to do that. You know, I never noticed this before, but Rage. Oh, Rage is a melee support. Never mind. Can't do it on Rage. I hope so too. This is my retirement job now. Um, I've got one that Heretic set up, but we haven't really done much to focus on it, and I'm never in the Discord anyway. So that's on the table of things that we need to do. Act 4, Greater Proj, Elemental Dex, Fist to Lightning Trinity, Elemental damage with attacks, Rage, added fire damage, probably Multi Strike. Comes way better for Molten Strike. I think everything else is good. What is Rage versus... There's probably everything is going to look amazing because it's all starting off at level 20. It's not even calculating Rage. We just need to delete all these. Delete. Delete. Two. Um, yes and no. Not early game. There's much better choices. Um, yeah, I mean, but you're giving up something else really useful to get it. And enduring charges really don't have much of a benefit to you early game. Like, just 10% more life is better than endurance charges early game. And so if you look at taking Disciple of the Unyielding early game, you're giving up 1, 2, 3, 4 nodes. That's like an average of 20% more life. Not worth. Just get more life. And remember, Enduring Cry is not just there for endurance charges. Enduring Cry is also a secondary potion that you have access to. Because it has a very strong regen. What level is Urgent Orders? Act 3. Should include Urgent Orders and... I guess I need to specify that these sockets are just kind of spread around your gear, not one gear, because inevitably someone's going to come in and go, I don't have a 6-socketed chest. Skadoosh, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. How are you doing today? Speaking of YouTubes, I need to go look at comments. Hey, I appreciate the follow. Let's go see if there's anything that we need to address it. I am glorious. I'm waiting for all the toxic comments on the farm here. Here we go. I am actually in the middle of making a leveling guide for Slayer. So I'll have it done as soon as I stop ADDing off onto everything else. And I'll make a video and get it posted today. I like how the first comment is what scarabs you're running. It was literally in the video. Multitude. We're running multitude, doubling, hordes, corruption, and escalation. Multitude, doubling, hordes, escalation, and corruption. You're Dan debacle, Charles? I don't think so. You don't look like a Dan. Meteor. Oh. Is there. I. Oh. This is not PoE. This is a. This is a build guide for Last Epoch. And it's a Lich build. And it's a video on a Lich build. And he's asking if he can run Meteor and Elemental Nova. And I don't know if y'all play Last Epoch. But that's an entirely different class. Maybe, but that's a different class. So I don't know. I don't have a build guide for that. And it could be a good game. All right. Focus. 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 It could be a good game. It just needs another like 4 years of dev. I mean, there's no real reason to run any of this. Yeah, it needs like anything. It needs something to actually be interesting. Like it just needs these. You need to be able to do something. Neo, it's like that every day. Like I ADD past everything. Yo, you could use a lightning golem though. Summon lightning golem. That extra attack speed. I guess I should put urgent orders and enduring cry next to one another, otherwise people are going to be confused. Fuck, that's my #1 farming strategy in PoE. Boss rushing used to fund every build I've ever played. Like I boss rushed for a solid 5 years in this game. No, there's really not anything else to do. It's so profitable. It's such a good, easy, low budget strat. And you can do it with any character at almost any strength level. The bleed bow build is almost done, but I got so many people asking for a leveling guide that's where the time has gone today. We're gonna get the bow build done today. It's gonna get done. Items config tree. No, I'm just gonna respec my Flicker Strike. Wonder why it won't. Oops. Bro, we're all about the respecking. Oh, it's because skills. We only have act. Okay. Manage. Copy. Yep. Rune enchant added lightning damage to attacks is the best value. Okay, we have skills. We have config. I don't know why I won't do loadouts past Act 4. Use the second one. You don't have to go with the most expensive one. Just put what you can afford on there. You can always change it later. Okay. Let's assume that you get some more gear on here. So I'll run Ice Bite on these. And then I'll Molten Strike. Probably greater multiple proj. Probably return proj on lightning. Very nice, Si. Yeah, that probably looks good. I think that's all good enough. I have Molten Shell in here. I guess you could cast when damage taken Molten Shell. Maybe we move Urgent Orders and Enduring Cry into their own section to confuse people less. That's probably a good plan. Don't sleep on that Enduring Cry heal. It is really good. I know people don't want extra buttons to press, but it's solid. I told you that shield is good, Neo. You didn't want to believe me. Shield is legit. Don't sleep on those shield upgrades. Everyone's like, I want a bigger weapon. That shield is good. I guess in Act 4 we can Molten Shell and damage taken. I'll actually put a level on that because it is important. A very good shield is a high damage increase and a high survivability increase. Shields have historically been mediocre, but with the new changes, a good shield is just as important as a good weapon. But people just don't like spending currency on good shields. I don't know why. And then I am not recommending a two-hander anymore. So this is like one of the best shields. But the key thing that you're looking for here, let's see if I've got one left. I made a bunch of shields and I sold most of them. So this is like a mediocre shield. It's missing the chance, the damage. This is a mediocre shield. This is a good one. So you want a high chance to block. So you need at least 40% chance to block. You want a high maximum life. Jalar, you can use claws. claws are not just better, they're just different. And so you can use claws in my build, you can use daggers in my build, you can use swords in my build, you can use maces in my build. You can throw a fishing rod if you wanted to. So on the shield, you're looking for a high chance to block, a high maximum life, a high increased attack speed, a high avoid elemental elements, a high suppress spell damage, and a Crusader mod, which is 1% increased damage per 1% block chance. Now, the good news is this is the only mod that Crusader's orbs can roll on your shield if you have max life and chance to block on it. So you just need to get a shield with an open prefix, and then you Crusader orbit, and you get the damage per chance to block. All you got to do. And then your suffixes, ideally you'll find one that has all three that you need, and the three are attack speed, element avoidance, and spell suppression. But if you can only find one with two, then you can just craft on the third. So you're looking for a 4-mod shield to craft on. You need a shield that has block and life, and then one of the other 3 affixes that you need. Either attack speed, element avoidance, or spell damage. Or spell suppression. So yeah, Jalar, you can use claws. Like I said, you can use any weapon. Claws feel a little less masculine, I guess. I don't know. I like swords. I think swords have good rolls, and the crit multi is good. The accuracy is good. Their bases have high attack speed, usually high crit. An unexpected disconnection has occurred. Yeah, link it to me as soon as I log back in. Rage, welcome. Oh, what's your account, Sai? No, this we can't really craft on that one. Oh, very nice, Rage. Hope you have a good day at work. Ooh, that sucks, Charles. Yeah, Sai, you'd have to get a different shield to craft on. There's a lot of options out there. Shields are a dime a dozen this league because of the boats. The boats bring items, so good craftable bases are very, very common. Speaking of boat, no, fuck the boats. The boats hate me. Boats don't want to give me anything. No div. Oh, Rage, I've got a leveling guide posting today that will massively improve your experiences. I promise. Dude, the boats hate me. The boats want me to suffer. They don't want me to have fun in this game. Look, garbage from the boat. Terrible boots, terrible armor, terrible Boots. Katava's Thirst. I don't know if I have one of those in the bank or not. Probably do. Terrible Sword. Weirdly Terrible Club. Terrible Mace. Shit Belts. No. Div. I'm also like low on gold, so I can't do this because I'm just sitting in hideout making build guides. These boots are actually ridiculously good. Actually good. 21% increased life regen rate and 30% move speed and 94 life per second. Those boots might actually sell for 4 div. I'm sitting in my hideout spreadsheeting for hours and hours on end, making guides. There's no gold in making guides. This game gives me 0 gold for path of building. All right, so these boots are actually legit. So maybe I don't hate the boats anymore. Hey, Rage, I've got like 10 hours of actual farm in this entire league. We roll, whatever, 24. Spent 8 chaos for no reason. But on the positive side of the boat world, yeah, I've got 140 to 170,000 foods and like 12 to 30,000 bars. Just sitting around collecting dusties. A leveling guide. How did you get it? Get out of here, Tincture. All right, Ozma. What's up, Si? Ooh, do you know how much they'll sell for? Hinakora's lock? $47 div right now. Not 43 div, 47 div. $47 div. Get it, baby. Upgrades coming. And there's only a 4 div tax for the stream. Alright, leveling guy. Leveling guy. Leveling guy. I think our POB is done. We just need to annoyingly copy this down. X6, 6. X7, 7. Act 8, 8. All right, I'm gonna make a video on this for anyone who wants the link to this POB right now. Here's the link to the leveling guide, and we're gonna video time. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. So gold rim, wanderlust, black hearts, the stupid amulet, the cheapy one, Karui, the jade amulet, Karui ward, yeah, Karui ward, and then we're gonna anoint divine judgment to it. And Oni Garashi is always a good one. But I don't think we're gonna put Oni Garashi in there. Alright, so we got Cap, which the stupid Tattered. What is it? Not Skin of the Lords. That's Thousand Ribbons. Thousand Ribbons, a great one. So head, body armor, boots, gloves. We need a Lockteal. Although Lockteal is good, but Ondar's is also really good. Rings, amulet, belt, Stygian Vice. And then we need jewels. Not ghastly. I think it's hypnotic, actually. No, it's not. I never remember which of these. It's probably searching. Oh no, here we go. Fire damage with sword attacks. Cold damage to attacks or whatever you have access to. Nope. Can't do those. I think it's only the prefixes. Cold damage with sword attacks. And then, can we get attack speed at a low level? Nope. And we get move speed if you killed recently at a low level. And that's Gucci. And then strength and int. These would be the jewels. Those are Gucci. Alright, so things we need to talk about on the build. So skills, passives, itemization, unique items, flasks. What else would people need to know leveling? Oh, farm locations. And then Templar Archives, which is in Templar Courts is in Act 5. The Chamber of, I think Chamber of Innocence. I can't remember if it's Templar Courts or Chamber of Innocence. I want to say it's Templar Courts. I don't agree with any of that at all. I agree with farm docks. What about Act 4, Dried Lake? I guess we could farm aqueducts. That's Act 4. There's so many Act 4 farm locations. What a good Act 7 farm location. There's not really. I think those are the only 3 places that matter. What else would y'all like to see in a leveling guide? What important things would you like to know while leveling? We're going to talk about skills, passives, itemization, so things to look for in items. So in the guide, if you go to Act 4, you'll be at level 39. You want to farm until close to level 39. So talk about level per act. So the end of Act 4, you want to be around level 39. The end of Act 1, you want to be, and this is kind of a lie, you're not going to be 12. You're going to be like 16 at the end of Act 1. Yep. Terminus Est with Grim Sorrow and all the cold stuff is really nice. But this is not a Flicker Strike leveling guide. And this is also more geared towards this guide is more geared towards players who don't have access to leveling stuff. Terminus Est is like, what, level 26 or something? Oh no, level 51, sorry. Not early at all on Terminus Est. We're shield builds around here anyway. Carius. All about the tankiness. Alright, so we want a red beak. Want Lakishu's blade. Actually, Iwaru's Mirage is probably better than Lakishu's blade overall. And Ormvox is always nice. There we go. We got some good options for some low level ones. Rebuke is obviously your biggest upgrade. Ooh, congratulations, Sai. What? Did it log me out again? Stupid game. Better give those fucking mappers a pay raise. Here's 6 map in town. What you're saying is I should go load up some fucking mappers. Put them assholes to work. Very nice, Neo. I'm ranked 10 on mappers. They ain't doing shit. Alright, so any other things we want to talk about on this? Skills, passives, itemization, unique items, flash. Oh, ascendancies. Very nice. I like me some lettuce wraps. Lettuce wraps are the second best option when tacos are not available.